Action Comics. Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Leaping over skyscrapers, running faster than an express train, springing great distances and heights, lifting and smashing tremendous weights, possessing an impenetrable skin. These are the amazing attributes which Superman, savior of the helpless and oppressed, avails himself of as he battles the forces of evil and injustice. As Senator Hastings finishes a speech in his campaign for re-election. Great speech, Senator. Great. You're in now, Senator. It's all over but the count. Thanks, boys. Thank you very much. Later, the Senator, homeward bound, wends his auto along a treacherous mountain road. Stop! Please stop! The guardrail. It didn't hold. My car plunged through. I'm lucky to be alive. Good grief. You are lucky. Please, allow me to drive you to town. I'll never be able to thank you enough for your kindness. Only too glad to be of service. Unnoticed by the Senator, the girl takes a small vial from her bag and crushes it beneath her heel. It doesn't take long for the sleep gas to work. Now for the emergency brake. Having shifted the unconscious man to the other side of the car, she steps around to the driver's side. And in another instant, is driving off into the night toward an unknown destination. Shortly after, the auto turns into the Wayside Inn, a notorious roadhouse. Nice work, Trixie. Quick, get him inside before we're seen. Next morning, Clark sees Lois while on his way out to check a police flash news tip. Come on, Lois. A woman would-be suicide? Get the female slant. Good. I'll get my hat and bag. When Clark and Lois reach their destination, you just rest for a while. You'll soon be as fit as a fiddle. Thank you, Doctor. However, at the sight of the reporters, the distraught woman bursts into tears. Please don't put anything about this in the papers. I must have been mad. If this got out, my husband would be ruined. Unnoticed by the others, Gene Powers, gossip columnist on the yellow tabloid Morning Herald, jots down notes. What a sweet item this'll make. Next morning, in the Daily Star offices. Look at the early edition of the Morning Herald, Clark. Say, that's the story of that woman, the one we saw yesterday. Leave it to Gene Powers and his dirty rag to do a trick like this, just to kick up a little excitement for his column fans. He's utterly ruined that home. Later, at a restaurant patronized by the press. Really, Powers, that wasn't sporting at all. It wasn't, eh? Neither is this. Feigning cowardice, Clark ducks Powers' sudden blow. You can expect one of these every time you horn into my affairs. Though pretending clumsiness, he deliberately rams his elbow against Powers' jaw. Oops, sorry. Fellow workers who saw the lightning-like demise of Powers scarcely believe their own eyes. Man, he's out. Colder than the proverbial cucumber. And just look who did it. It just couldn't have been anything but an accident. Later that day, if you could take time off from your fisticuffs, How about running over to Senator Hastings' residence and interview him? Yes, sir. Right away. When Clark reaches the senator's home, I'm a reporter from the... Step in. I didn't expect them to send you around so soon. Please, give me more time. Raising $10,000 right now is out of the question. Huh? You sure you've got the right party? I'm from the Daily Star. The mere mention of the Daily Star and the senator's conversation dries up at once. He certainly got rid of me as fast as he could after I mentioned the Star. But why the Star? And what $10,000 was he worrying about? It's all mighty peculiar. A few moments after Clark leaves the senator's home, Gene Powers, calling upon the senator. There's something queer going on. Circling back, Clark takes up his station beside the home. Those two are up to something, and I aim to find out just what it is. Before Superman's penetrating vision, the wall seems to waver and melt. Until an instant later, between his X-ray eyes and supersensitive ears, he is completely aware of everything occurring within the house. Within the room, you'll pay me that $10,000, do you hear? Or else I'll smear these pictures of you all over the paper. What would happen to your re-election campaign then? Let me see those photographs. This is outrageous. I don't remember a thing that happened after I gave that girl a lift. Until I revived in my car later. Unconscious. I'm not interested in your lapses of memory. What I am interested in is that $10,000. Give it to me, or you'll regret it to your dying day. I'll think it over. There's nothing I despise more than a rotten blackmailer. I think Powers deserves something more than that beating I gave him. That evening, within the privacy of his apartment, Clark dons his Superman raiment. Superman goes into action tonight. A tremendous leap propels the Man of Steel out into the blackness of the night. Shortly after, the fantastic figure can be seen streaking down toward Gene Powers' home. Here it is. Superman rips open the steel safe with his bare hands, as though it were constructed of paper. What luck! A complete list of all of Powers' blackmail victims. In the adjoining bedroom, a burglar. Where'd I put that gun? Now that I need it, I can't find it. This'll have to do. Raise your hands. I get it. You want to play games. You be Robin Hood. I'll be Rip Van Winkle. On second thought, I haven't time for games. Put that away. Keep back. I'm warning you. I mean business. Powers lets fly his arrow directly at Superman. Not such a bad shot. Streaking forward, Superman jerks the bow from Powers' hand. See that electric sign? Watch the third bulb in the letter S. Watch this. An instant later, the third bulb flashes out. What do you want? I'm just going to tell you a thing or two, and you'd better listen closely. I don't like you, and I don't like your blackmailing activities, so clear out of this town while there's anything left to you. Without further words, Superman leaps off into the night. Listen, Hamilton. I've just had a terrible experience. Someone's wise to us. Within the office of the publisher of the Morning Herald. Get down here at once. I've got plenty to say to you. Shortly after, high overhead in the sky, Superman trails Powers' auto. 15 minutes later, Powers hastily enters the Morning Herald building. He and publisher Hamilton go into a hasty conference. I tell you, it was Superman. Superman? Nonsense. He's just a myth. Unaware that Superman is suspended outside a nearby window, listening. So Hamilton is in on the blackmailing. Forget about this Superman guy. Run out to the inn where you frame the senator. The girl and the photographer say either they get more cash or they squeal. I'll attend to them. Racing along the highway at a fast clip, Superman easily keeps the car ahead in sight. The Wayside Inn. So this is the spot where Hastings was framed. I've a hunch this is going to prove a showdown. Back in Hamilton's office. Well, have you decided to pay? I can't and won't raise the amount you ask. It's out of the question. I'll show him my threats aren't idle. Boy, take this down to the setup room and have them play it up big on the front page. Within the Wayside Inn. What's this I hear about you two? We want more dough. We do all the work, and you try to hog the cash. You can't get away with it, Powers. Listen, you chiseling small-timers. I can have you run out of town so fast. Why you? Don't, Benny. Don't. Draw on me, will you? You're next. No. No. No, Gene. Lower that gun. Superman. As Superman leaps forward to wrench away the gun, it goes off. Give me that. And the bullet careens off Superman's super tough skin. Huh? Surprised? If ever anyone had this coming, it's you. What's going on in? When they come to, tell them to clear out of town pronto, or I'll come back. Back toward the Morning Herald heads Superman. Now to give Hamilton the pleasure of my company. Thought he'd outsmart me, eh? I'll blast his career. I'll grind him under. Howdy. Mind if I look at that paper? Superman. But I thought you didn't exist. So you went through with it. Senator Hastings enmeshed in scandal. Order the presses stopped. Nothing doing. You're too late. The first batch of papers will soon be on the streets. Meanwhile, thousands more are being run off on the presses. What can you do about that? Watch and see. Superman races into the distribution room just as several trucks, laden with papers, are about to pull out. Hold it! Get out of those trucks. These papers aren't leaving this plant. Go ahead. My orders are to go ahead. Ho-ho. This is gonna be a scream. I'll drive straight at him. It'll be funny to see him jump aside. Out flashes Superman's hand. The truck crashes against the palm, roars helplessly as it fails to move. One of the trucks, swerves past Superman and out into the street. One mighty leap brings Superman abreast of it. Up you go! Racing back, Superman deposits the truck within the newspaper plant. Sorry to be so persistent, but I'm a stubborn cuss. There are going to be some fireworks around here, so I'd advise you all to clear out. Let's get going. I'm getting out while I can. Into the great machinery wades Superman, tearing the great steel monsters at terrific speed. Up fly great printing presses, then down, smashing to smithereens. Stop it! Do you hear? Stop it! You're ruining me! When the plant is a total wreck. Okay, I'll stop now. You fiend! Superman forces Hamilton to give him the photographic plates of the senator. And that ends the senator's worries. So long, Hamilton. If you're smart, you won't be in the city tomorrow. I'll get out at once. A week later. Thank you for your congratulations on my re-election. Your articles were of great assistance. Thanks. Many thanks from Superman, too. The end.